Okay, today I'm working on a shaft for a boat prop. Customer provided this. This is going to be for an antique boat, brought it in. They had the prop and the shaft. The shaft is just a sample for me to work with here so that I know what the taper inside the prop is. This has got a half 13 on the shaft. Customer wants a 1/2 inch 20 instead. This shaft is 3/4 inch. The customer provided me with a 1-inch shaft, so we're gonna have to turn the end down and put the taper and the thread on it. But this was the sample to work with. So what I did was I measured that angle on there, that taper on the optical comparator, and it looked like it was 2 degrees. So I programmed the machine to cut a 2-degree angle, and the prop didn't quite sit on it as tight as it does this. So I die-cumed up the part, put the prop on, and could see where it was making contact. So I had to change the program slightly, adjust the angle so that I get more surface contact on the prop than what I was getting with the straight 2-degree angle. The inside hole on there might not be as true and straight as it needs to be to match up with a freshly machined 2-degree angle. So it didn't match as nice as I wanted to, so we had to, like I said, die-cum it up and see where it was going, change the starting X point to manipulate the angle slightly to try to get more contact on it. So I die-cummed it up and check it, and this is what I'm getting for surface contact now. So where the die-cum is removed is where the prop is making contact with that angle. So we got some in the front, we got some in the middle, we got some in the back. You really can't do too much to get it to make contact on 100% of that, because obviously the inside profile of the prop is not straight and true and uniform. So when it contacts in 3 points, front, middle, and rear, that's about the best we're gonna get. Additionally, this is an antique boat, so it's not like this thing's gonna be setting any water records traveling at high speed. So this thing's gonna run slow. It's all gonna be good. When I loaded the shaft up, even though the material looks not to be the nicest, it actually runs really true. I grabbed it in the chuck. I got it supported on the back end. It's kind of long, so it comes out the rear of the spindle here. I made a bushing that fits into the rear end of the spindle and is the diameter of the shaft. That way, when I increase the RPMs, I can run it kind of fast. We don't get any whip. It's a 1-inch shaft, so it is pretty robust and rigid, but I am holding relatively close to this end of it. So this way we got no whip and we don't have to run it really slow. I'll check back in with you. This was just a test cut right here. That way I know the taper matched the prop nicely and I got decent surface contact with it before I actually go and cut it with the thread and everything else. So we'll check back in when I'm actually turning the finished part here with the thread and the taper in the right location. Then after that, we're gonna cut a key as well too. We'll bring it over to the mill so we can cut a key. We have a key going through here. We'll get back to that. See you shortly.